Kimberly and Cynthia here as usual. And this week we're going to talk about registering your trademarks in different countries or having trademark protection in different countries. So, we are Canadian lawyers, but we can also assist or facilitate you if you need registration in other countries. And the truth is, if you want to own your brand, you have to own it or register it in each country that you're trading in or that you're working in, right, Cynthia?
Yeah. So, I mean, trademarks are, like when you trademark your name or your logo, you're asking the government to give you exclusive ownership of it. And so it is specific to each country. The Canadian government will give you exclusive ownership of it in Canada. The US federal government will give you exclusive ownership of it in the United States. And every country around the world is basically similar. Although, in terms of multiple countries, you can get a single trademark registration for the entire European Union. But for the most part, it is country specific.
Right. And I get that question a lot. So it's important for you to know, as Cynthia said, it's country specific. So if you have a registration in Canada, you have exclusive rights to the trademark in Canada. If you want exclusivity in Jamaica, you have to register there. If you want in the States, you have to register there. Also, bear in mind that registration requirements also vary. So not because a trademark is registered in the US or is registrable in the US, it doesn't mean that it will meet registration requirements in Canada. So you always have to consult with local counsel in Canada to make sure that your mark is also registrable here. And the same goes for different countries. They all have their own legislation and rules that trademark applications must meet in order to be registered.
So one of the things that we occasionally get is, a new client who wants to register their trademark all around the world. And this is actually, there's no such thing as a worldwide or a global trademark registration. There is something called an international registration, but the name is a little misleading because what it really is it's an administrative procedure where you can file a single trademark application and designate multiple countries in your application, and you pay, the fees for each country, and it's handled by one specific office. So if you're here in Canada and you want to have a trademark registration in 5 different countries, you would file your trademark application in Canada. You would file it as an international trademark registration, designate the countries that you want, and pay the government fees to the Canadian government. And they pay those fees. They kind of transfer those fees to the World Intellectual Property Office. But the important thing to remember is that filing this international registration isn't going to give you coverage everywhere. It's only going to give you coverage for the trademark in the countries that you designate, and only if the trademark is actually registrable in each of those countries. So they do their own, each country's trademarks office does their own examination of your trademark application, and it will either be granted or refused or whichever. You'll have to make some arguments or some amendments in order to meet their specific rules. So just to quickly summarize, trademarks are country specific. You will want to register your trademarks in all of the different countries where you do business. There is an administratively simple procedure to register in multiple countries at once, but it's not going to give you a worldwide trademark registration. It's just an administrative procedure for the filing. So if you have any questions and want to talk more about registering your trademarks here in Canada or anywhere else in the world, book a free consult with us, send us an email. We're happy to talk with you and give you an idea of what that is actually going to cost.
And remember, too, we always say, search it and clear it before you love it. So that goes for all the different countries as well. As we said, not because it's available in Canada, it doesn't mean that it's available in other countries. So it's good to search in the individual countries that you're considering as well.
Good point. Good point. We totally forgot to mention that. So that's it for this week. Check back with us next week. We will post another short video on trademark issues that could be affecting your business.